I want to talk about dumb influencers for a second. More specifically, dumb influencers who bother and harass probably the nicest and most respectful country in the world, Japan. Why? Because in less than a month, I will be in Japan myself. And as a foreigner, I'm probably safe just because, fun fact, all Asians look alike. Let me explain. I've been to Japan myself a couple of times. The Japanese people assumed I was Japanese. I've actually been to China as well. Chinese people assumed I was Chinese. I've been to Korea. I am Korean, so they assumed correctly. Maybe that was a bad comment, all racism aside. Johnny Somali is a now banned kick streamer who went to Japan, conduct acts of tomfoolery and utter dickheadedness because I'm assuming he thought he was entertaining. Fun fact, he wasn't. You know, obviously bothering random civilians out on the streets is kind of not fun at all for anyone except for dumb fucks. Like, for example, he went on a subway and I think it was back when he was on Twitch, completely irrelevant. He made Hiroshima comments to the Japanese people around him. Which, fun fact, Hiroshima is a tragedy that happened to the Japanese people. So obviously, the Japanese people around him wouldn't really take too kindly to that. And thankfully, a Texan kind of shut that shit down, specifically a Korean Texan. Fun fact, Koreans and Japanese, they have a good relationship, but also not really. Another video for another time. But yeah, he stopped it. Johnny Somali kind of sheepishly left, and it was really kind of uncomfortable for everyone but Johnny Somali because he continued to be a dickhead. He kept being foolish. He got punched a couple times, which was, I think, popular opinion was that was pretty fun to watch. He didn't learn right away. He went to Thailand to continue making fun of Japanese people. He went back to Osaka. And every story has a happy ending. He got arrested. He went on a construction zone, which was illegal. He got followed by the cops. Johnny Somali, being the complete tool that he is, claimed racism, even though I think this was a month after the Hiroshima comment that he did on the subway. He's arrested. Japan has a high conviction rate, so he's probably gonna go to jail. Happy ending for all except for the Japanese people, because there was another influencer who kind of tried to market the being a dickhead to Japan, Phidias. Phidias is a YouTuber who's kind of a Mr. Beast clone, which isn't that bad because obviously the formula Mr. Beast uses works. So obviously people are gonna imitate it. Before I continue though, I kind of wanted to mention something Phidias did. He went to Burundi, which is, I guess, the poorest country in the world. And I think the whole point of the video was to showcase Burundi. He had a tour guide who watched another YouTuber's video about Burundi. The tour guide said it was an embarrassment to Burundi. He said it was a bad video, and Phidias was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to showcase some of the good that Burundi has. I just wanted to mention that because one of the things he did was he went to a classroom to explain phones and the internet, and the poor fucking teacher in the back was like, oh, you're talking about this thing I have right here in my hand? Phidias's tone felt like, in my opinion, kind of condescending.
They are online from the phone. They can access all the clever minds.
The reason, I guess, why Phidias explained this was because he said that only 9% of Burundi has access to the internet. But that doesn't mean that they don't know what the internet is. And the poor teacher, dude, the video cuts as he pulls out his phone. Kind of a weirdo. This video doesn't prove that he's a complete dickhead, probably just unaware. He also has a GoFundMe link to help the people of Burundi. Though it's not that bad. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this. But what is bad is that he uploaded another video in Japan. Now, to give a cliff note, Phidias and a couple other YouTubers did a challenge in Japan where they were gonna go from one side of Japan to the other without spending any money. And in my opinion, it's not that bad of an idea. You could probably showcase the kindness of the Japanese people. Question Phidias though, why'd you commit crimes? Like in some parts of the video, you can see them hitchhiking, which I assume was gonna be majority of how they traveled. Maybe get like having conversation, get some of the people's stories. However, in the beginning of the video, one of the things Phidias did was he got 600 yen from a stranger, and he got on the bus, but unfortunately for him, the bus fare was about 680 yen, and Phidias refused to pay it off. So obviously, he was doing something illegal. The bus driver took him to the police. I believe he spent 5 hours in the police station until the police officers were like, oh, fuck it, here's 80 yen, go fuck off. And the way Phidias kind of explained the whole story was kind of condescending.
My god, guys, I spent the last 5 hours with the police, and after they got bored of me for 5 hours, they paid for my thing. All this story, we're talking about 20 cents.
And it's like, bro, I get playing devil's advocate, I get that it's only 20 cents, but they're not, you shouldn't expect them to be like okay with it. Technically, you're still in the wrong. And in the opposite end, technically, we could say the same exact thing for you. Oh, it's only 20 cents. Why didn't you pay it off? He also got on a train, and his plan was to stay inside the bathroom. And people got concerned, obviously, because the bathroom was locked for the duration of the trip. So he pretended he was sick. They tried to get him out. He left. The police came. He tried to resist arrest, I guess. I don't know if arrest is the right word. He resisted them, and then when they weren't looking, he kind of just ran away. Again, a crime to not pay your fares. If they hitchhiked the whole way, this would have been a good challenge. This, however, is completely dumb as fuck. Now, Phidias did take this video down, hopefully because he knew he was in the wrong. Unfortunately for him, the evidence is out there, and hopefully it's gonna have a happy ending. The video got re-uploaded. How long has it been? 2 weeks? God, I'm late. I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to end off with a moral of the story. If you are a foreigner, you are a direct representation of your country. These two influencers self-exposed their own crimes, which is pretty funny to me. Don't commit crimes and don't be a dickhead. I don't know, people are getting way too comfortable doing acts of foolishness just because they have followers. It's like they're so mind-bogglingly not self-aware of their own actions just because, oh, people know who I am, so I could do whatever I want. Fun fact to anyone who thinks like that, a lot of people know who Hitler is. Yeah, I'm going there. I probably shouldn't go there. I'm not comparing you to Hitler, by the way. I'm just saying, just because you're famous doesn't mean you could do whatever the fuck you want. Because Hitler is also famous. Yeah! Video over.
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.